Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm playing with 3 pages, 3 prompts, 100 pattern paper challenge, and the scrap room. The scrap room is build a layout challenge, and I'm going to use polka dots, buttons, layer title, and washi. And for 100 paper challenge is die cut, blue, stars, ledger paper, and Mr. Stickles. And then for 3 prompts, 3 pages, I need a 10-inch circle, which I'm going to trace using this bowl. I need a gnome embellishment and wood veneer. So this is my gnome. It's from Spellbinders, and this is my youngest, and she is journaling in her reading log that we did for homeschooling, and that was a really great way to get the little one to read, is if she could do art with it. So what a kid, what a kid. So I traced that bowl because I didn't have anything else that was like that 10 inches circle, so I did do that. And then I'm just going to scuff out the edge because I am not perfect for how I can do that. And then I had pulled out that other green paper and I decided that it was a little much, so I'm going to put it on black. And then here's some of my washi that I pulled out. This one has gold on it, and it's a date washi, so I thought that would work really well for doing a reading log. And then this blue and green one I thought worked really well for getting blue on here, but also tying the blue and the green together. So I'm just going to lose a little bit of it on each side because I can. Just like so. This washi has backing on it, so that's great. I am putting it on white because on the black it does get a little lost. And then this is actually washi, and I'm going to use it as my ledger paper because it's ledger paper washi. Not sure if that's cheating or not, but that's what I'm doing. So, and then I'm just tearing this too because I don't need to use a whole length of it either. And then these 2 pictures I'm going to use. It already has the white border on it, so I thought that would be a good one to start with. And then I'm going to pull out my stamp platform, and I'm going to start getting my stamping done with my 2 gnomes that I want. So I just pulled out a piece of white cardstock that is wide enough, that is a scrap, because why not? And so these 2 guys fit on here perfect. So, and I'm going to stamp it in I think this is called Off the Rail from 49 and Market, and it's their blacky gray color. And so I'm going to do 3 times just to make sure I get a really good impression. This is the first time I'm actually stamping this, so I'm going to put that to the side for now. And then these are lovely because they come with a die to cut them, but I'm going to color them before I dye them or cut them. Color, then cut. So I am not gonna make you watch all of my coloring. This probably took me 45 minutes just playing. So this is the last little bit of it. You can see I pulled out some of my Copics or Copics, however you say those, to finish up, and through my big kit. And these are pretty simple to line up, which is great. Some of the more intricate ones I probably would have cut and then colored, just because if you don't cut it well, then you have to start over, and that would suck. So put those back on. They're going to go back in the envelope. I'll put the stamps in later. Here's a close-up of those 2 cuties. And so I was thinking on either side for a hot minute. They're both going to get moved to the left side. I decided that this also needed to go on white to make it stand out a little bit more. And you can see that this polka dot paper is from the Education Stack. It's a little hard to see that it's polka dot, but it's like a polka dot in a circle pattern. So I thought it worked pretty well. So then getting stuff on, using my T-square so it's mostly straight. And then I'm going to overlap that green and blue with the gold polka dot. And then the other one I'm going to trim out and then just use part of it because you won't see all of it anyway, so it's gonna slide too. So I could have just used all of it, but there's no need to. And that other piece I can probably use somewhere else some other time. So, and then just offsetting those so they're, so they're not all lined up. Man, words can work out of my mouth. Really, they truly can. And that's when I decided that the other gnome can be over here. And so now I'm looking at my wood veneer. I know I need buttons, and so buttons, I do have some plastic ones I can use, but I do have some in here that I'm going to use. And then I'm just looking for something that I can use as a title that I can layer or look at, starting to layer, do something with. So I found this story, and then there's this other this story, and we're doing a lot of journaling about different stories. So I thought, why not use those two? And then I'm just looking for other things that I might want to use. So I'm pulling out some of the small buttons. The cameras I'm not going to use, but it's cute. But no. And then I'm going to pull out this really big and so that's going to get layered with the this story and the this story. And yay, my layer title. So I've got polka dot paper, I've got the washi tape, I've got blue, I've got ledger, I've got buttons that will be on here in a minute. I have stars, which are also blue, which will move a little bit. And I'm going to put this guy up on foam. Super cute, super sticky. Just adds a little bit of dimension to the page. Allows me to have some tuckies. And then get these on so that they're in the right kind of spot. My youngest didn't even remember doing this journal. She's like, do you even have that still? And I totally still have it. But she's like, I don't even remember doing that. I'm like, really? Because this was like, it was the end all to be all, because she got to use my stamps and some of my craft supplies. So it was the end all to be all. And then I'm going to use, I think this is Salty Ocean, and I'm coloring the this stories both in the blue, and then they're going to layer over top of that ampersand, which is going to give me that layered title. I think it's super cute and super easy to read in person. Not as easy to read on the screen, but, and then I'm just going to move this guy over just a little bit more, and then it gets layered with the gnomes and some more stars. Use up lots. Get them tucked. And then I'm going to add the buttons. Super cute. So now I'm double checking. I have buttons, I have washi, I have stars, I have blue. I need glimmer mist, or I need sickles. And I'm actually going to use my distress oxide, and this I totally mess up. So I should have covered up the gnome, but I get a big blob of this glittery blue on him, and I do wipe it up a little bit with a wet wipe after I'm done, because I don't really notice it until I do my close-up. But I do mop some of it up, and I do clean off the splatter that's on the picture, and that comes up okay. And And as the gnome has dried more overnight, he looks a lot better. Thank goodness, because I was like, do I need to restamp him? I don't know. And then I just need die cuts for the 100 paper challenge. So these are my dies. So that one says hip hip hooray, and then this little bee. And those both came out of the kaleidoscope, I think, from Hip Kit Club. And the bee, just because this little one is busy as a bee, and her nickname is Bee. So she gets a bee. She gets bees on lots of things. Hopefully she appreciates that when she's older. But and then my journaling, which says filling out your reading journal happened more often when we made it an art journal too. We recorded your read alouds and the ones you read. You loved Charlotte's Web. And so there's the close-ups. There's some still shots here to follow too. I will have the links for the Facebook groups, and there is a playlist as well. So I'll have all those links below so that you can see all the amazing things that people do with the same kind of prompts. And thank you so much for watching today. If you liked my video, I would really appreciate that thumbs up, subscribe, and comment. I do get back to everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. Have yourself a great day.